That's me.
All right, we
100%.
are back. The picnic baskets
Hello.
have been cleansed,
Hello.
and we're alive once again.
Let's talk about Bruce Willis.
Let's talk about
Let's
Bruce
talk about
Willis.
So the beginning of our entire series, that was back when Jared was host, but Jared had no read on Cooby because I think Cooby was still like pretty silent for a lot of the first episodes. So the only thing that Jared could possibly ever do with Cooby, and just even have an association with, was the fact that he was bald, and so is Bruce Willis. So all Jared would just make allusions
Well,
to
I
the
used to
fact
do
that
intros. I used to do these
Yeah,
dumb little
yeah.
intros for each person. And then it broke down into me comparing him between the love child of Drew Carey and what's that one guy? The guy from Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know his name.
That's
Ray
a really-
Moranis.
Yeah, I said he was the
wow,
love child
nice
of
guess.
Drew Carey. I compared him to like a grown-up Stuart Little. Because I didn't know Cooby at all. I knew Kevin Jake, but I didn't know Cooby.
I don't
so...
remember what your intros were for Kevin Jake either. The only
They
one
were-
that sticks is the Bruce Willis for me.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was the
That
best.
was a thing for a while. Jake would just
That was
randomly
good.
bring up pictures of Bruce Willis like
Yep.
midstream.
It's true.
I'm trying to find them.
Good times.
You just Google his name.
Just Google Bruce Willis. I'm trying to find the replays.
Oh.
Jeez.
Silly times. Good times. So I enjoy overall the new taste that was developed for a special type of bird. Do you guys know what kind of bird it is?
You're dumb.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Who knows what it is?
I know
Jared,
that.
what is it?
I don't like that phrase at all, but apparently
I
it's-
love it. I
Oh,
love
eating
it.
crow.
Eating crow, boys.
Listen, you guys made me. You guys made me eat crow over the Falstad thing. Where's Falstad right now, guys? Where is he? Less play than Rainer, son.
Less.
Get at me.
Get at me. Everyone has eaten some amount of crow at some point.
Yeah.
Wow, Jared, look at your hair.
I know. That was back in summer though, so it's really
That's-
hot, and I would just sit there and sweat in my room.
Oh, for the summertime. I missed that. There's like 8 feet of snow inside my house. Anyway, eating crow. Back to that. I think we've all eaten some ridiculous amount of crow at some point or another.
Kev is like eating crow every time he talks about Diablo in a positive way.
You can't have
Hey,
positive
man.
crow eating.
Hey man, he just won. He just won a game.
Look at him roll his eyes. Like,
One game.
Like, did I win this time?
Yeah, I made a pretty big,
Yo.
bold statement about how Cloud9 wasn't going to win BlizzCon, and then they kind of pooped all over the
that
competition.
might have been the biggest.
Look
That
at
was
Jared's
it. That was-
beard.
that
Might have been
where
the
it
largest
started.
crow you ate.
Yeah, that was the hugest amount of crow anybody could possibly eat. 'Cause
Yeah,
you were
people were like,
Cloud9's gonna get
tweets.
dominated. Fnatic's gonna even be better than them. There's a bunch of nobodies. This game you can't just jump into. And then Cloud9 comes in and it's just like, yo, what's up? And that was what I called. I called Cloud9.
Yeah, you did, Kev. Okay.
Yo, that's my favorite moment. That time when I called Cloud9. Yo, what's going on with our?
I have no idea.
There we go.
Jake has lost control.
I have no idea.
I like the fact that my favorite thing, because we each have our tendencies on the show, and Jake likes to do a thing where he like flips a coin and goes, "Okay, Emerald win, sticking with it," and eventually it's going to be.
Oh,
So
my
true, he
goodness.
does that.
And then when he loves Emerald Wind and it actually starts getting used, he's like, look, see guys, called it. It's like, no, Jake, you didn't call it. It's like the meta has shifted 180 degrees at that point.
Hey guys, not
And
everyone. can be
no
as
one
smart
calls
as
him
me.
out on the bad calls that he makes, right?
Oh my god, guys, sorry, I just remembered something. Ice cream truck.
Oh!
Mm.
Ice
You're
cream
totally
truck was
right. I
God tier.
forgot about the ice cream truck.
I forgot about the ice cream truck. Because what else in the world would you have an
That was
ice cream
supposed
truck?
to be like the first.
All right, so
That was supposed to be the first
emoticon,
emoticon.
right? So I used to live in Queens, which is actually where Kev lives, and in Queens, ice cream trucks drive around at 11:30 p.m. just selling ice cream for whatever freaking reason.
Yes,
like
ice
it's
cream.
ice cream. They just drive around, and every single week without fail, you know, I used to use a Blue Yeti for the mic, and nowadays I use this thing, but you would just hear the frickin' ice cream jingle crisp and clear through the stream, and
Did pick it up like, uncannily well. Just
And then it seemed like for the first couple times it was like the ice cream truck was just like driving by or something, and it'd be like kind of funny. But then it's like every Tuesday it would park outside
Yeah,
Jake's
it just wouldn't leave.
apartment
Just
for,
wouldn't
like,
leave.
10 minutes.
Oh God.
oh,
Oh man, that was so great.
It was humorous and frustrating all in the same time because it would actually drive me a little bit
Jake was
upset.
stewing over there. We're all dying of laughter.
One of my favorite moments, which kind of like developed into a favorite moment for everyone on the show, when we first did Cooby's questions, we had Tempo StarCraft,
Oh, that's right.
and
Our first
when
guest.
we first first Cooby's question, and when we first brought it up, he just happens to have a freaking kazoo by him. Just starts blowing
right.
on it like
Oh.
mid introduction to the freaking to the question segment, and that kind of spawned the Cooby's question dance that Kevin and I do.
All right, I need to find this kazoo clip because
That was a good one.
that sounds magnificent.
It was
We
amazing.
had a couple really great moments where we had guests on, and they like just laid down some really amazing stuff. Of course, the best, I think, probably the one that we always try to refer to is Dreadnought's 5 people following a bad call is better than only 3 people calling a good one. I think that's probably going to be like our best quote that we've had so far. Idra's quote, which I lost because I had to format my C drive, but sometimes people say things and they think they're right, but then we have to correct them so that they don't know they're stupid or something. I forget
Yeah,
how
I
it
remember
was.
that quote.
Huge run-on sentence where it just says like everybody's dumb and we have to correct them all the time. Basically, that was another good one.
That was good.
Very good.
LC, why we needed draft, pick, and ban. That was another really good moment too. Forget those moments. Good times.
Yeah, man. For me, again, we've had 2 Blizzard employees on our show, and we've all been Blizzard fangirls for a long time. And the fact that not only do they all recognize and watch our show, but they get excited to come on our show. Like, that's just bizarre to me. Like, I don't know. We put a lot of work into the show, but we've reached a point where, like, I don't know. It just feels good that we're getting. I don't know. This is like starting to sound weird, but
Yeah,
it's
it's cool.
so cool.
There's been a lot of cool things like that in general. Just the fact that we get any recognition at all for just sitting here and babbling away about a game. This is obviously like the fluffiest episode ever, guys, because it's our anniversary episode, and this was entirely intended. But no, but
Listen,
seriously,
it's our birthday.
It
all right?
is.
We do what we want.
we're not working. We're remembering things.
remembering things.
We're stroking that esports ego over the last year of how good we felt about our lives. Cooby's Challenge, the new segment that's going to be next. We have no idea what that is. And then viewer call-ins. I'll be honest with you guys. I've been watching the second proxy Skype account. It's constantly offline, so I have
I'm seeing that too.
no idea how that's going to work out.
Guys, don't forget about the tip jar.
Oh God! How?
tip jar.
Give us the totals on the tip
When was
jar.
the last time I
Oh
took a
my
tally? Look,
God.
last time I took a total, and I honestly think we've been pretty good about it as of late, but it was up to episode 42. I'm updated. Essentially, every time one of the hosts on the show swears, they add $1 to this tip jar.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
when
but
it-
why
when it
did
is-
we implement that?
And it
'Cause
was
you.
just to get us to stop swearing, basically.
It was getting me to stop swearing.
It was
More or
you.
less, Jared. He's
It was
definitely
90%
hands down
because of
the
me.
biggest offender of this tip jar. We
Yep.
started episode
Biggest
7.
offender or biggest contributor?
It depends how you look at it, right? So eventually, whenever we can donate skins, or whenever it is that we
You
can
can gift.
those
Yeah.
skins out, right? We'll have some kind of a
Jared will
donation
actually just be ripped.
raffle, and that's a good chunk. Last I counted, and that was way before episode 35. Jared was up to $40 something, and it's definitely gone up since then. So yeah, that's good times. Jared is like.
Wait, Jared's at 40-some. What am I at?
I mean, I can count it up if you guys want to give me a few minutes. But
Dude, I'm like
I don't have it in a spreadsheet or anything.
I
the
had
results
at
gonna
one
be
point,
jarring?
Cooby told me I had 4 times what second place had. Like, it was just.
It's up there.
Are the results going to be jarring?
Stop.
Oh my goodness. I have
Moment of silence.
Can we
Is
do
it-
like?
Is it in Excel? Because if you select and drag down, you get the sum at the bottom. It's a neat little tip for you.
Thanks, Kev.
So we should balance the show out.
The defeated. Thanks, Kim. I think it's
We
what
should
made
balance
all
the show out. We have favorite moments. Let's do not favorite moments. Anytime Kevin speaks.
Oh,
Get Shrek. Least favorite moments of
Oh,
the show.
that sounds awful. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do
Oh boy.
Um,
I think that's it though. That's all I can come up with. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more stuff.
I'm trying a new thing here. I'm doing production things, so disregard my existence for a moment.
Doing production stuffs.
oh no, like there's just so much cool stuff, like that thing right there, and the one that Cooby has behind him.
Oh, I got one.
Do both these guys have one?
Cooby's
They were
candle.
gifted to us by Blizzard.
Yeah, that was cool. All right.
Kevin got to work for Blizzard for a moment of time.
One moment of time. Apparently, just one.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I was gonna say BlizzCon, and I honestly like wasn't even thinking about the fact that I was like the the host for Heroes. Honestly, like meeting the four of you all at once, I think, was honestly like what made it awesome. I remember
That was nice.
Jake and Corey and I walked back to their apartment, and we just sat and just talked for like at least an hour.
A brewski and just chatted heroes. It's a good time.
Yeah, had a brew.
I wasn't invited. They told me to go away.
Well, we invited you, and you opted to go away.
Rip
It's true.
under the
Let's
bus.
talk about least favorite moments when Jared ditched us.
Yeah, that was pretty real.
What
I
about
was
favorite moments? Never mind.
Real talk though, BlizzCon was a lot of fun. Even just meeting all the people from the community too. That was a good
Community
time.
was pretty
Really
awesome.
good. Look forward to next year.
Thank Blizzard for this horrible game.
Look, this,
I gotta go back and find that. That was such a good quote.
this is episode 1 of our show.
Dude, my hair looked so good back then.
Yeah, you should step it up.
God,
I missed that barber, man.
I don't
I
miss
looked
this.
so homeless.
Why are we in Stormwind? Because our name was Town Hall Alliance. We weren't Town Hall Heroes. For whatever reason, we're in Stormwind because we're a World of Warcraft podcast. No.
I miss Cooby's old webcam position.
Yeah, I used to have it like I don't know where it was like below my monitor.
It's
somewhere.
actually
Wait, who's
like
Omega Black Mage?
I know, right? This
back-
show has single-handedly transformed my alias. How about that?
An
That's a
alias
good time.
that you had for what, 12 years?
Probably.
No, it's actually a fairly recent nickname. It just I went to BlizzCon, everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, you're Cooby." I'm like, "Yep, okay, time to change my name."
I mean, Omega Black Mage.
Oh
was
yeah.
your-
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I was in 8th grade when I made that. AIM. If you guys remember AIM, that was my AIM name.
Mine was stepping on
Jeez.
babies.
Oh, that sounds awful.
The
Mine
lampshade
was-
hat. Jake saying the
Oh
dumbest
yes.
in the history of this show, the dumbest thing ever said came out of Mr. Solid Jake GG's mouth when he compared Sylvanas
Oh,
to the
yeah.
embodiment of Christmas.
I mean, we can just talk about the entire Christmas episode. That was
Least favorite
Uh,
moments. Least favorite moments.
too many gems came out of that one. Some things that
I
I'm
just
sure all of
laughed.
us are just not proud of.
I don't really want to talk about it too much. It was a good
times.
time.
Good
We
times.
set up a really kind of crazy production for the episode, which was cool, I guess. But when it boils down to it, man, the whole brew fest, if you will, that we did,
It's a bit hazy.
it was
Bit
a,
hazy,
it
bit
was
hazy.
it was a thing. It was a
Looking
thing.
back at all these old logos that we had for the show,
Yeah, Jake has goofed a few times in the past.
I have like these mock-up drawings for the logos. Good times.
What? What are
The
you
show
talking
has
about?
evolved quite a bit.
What are you talking about?
When we were deciding on our logo. For the show.
Oh, the mock-ups. Yeah, I see.
All
Yeah.
right.
Of course, having our current, getting the upgrade for our show's production was really cool. Our good friend Christian helped us create what you guys see here, which is, I think, a beautiful production on Town Hall. And just kind of
Awesome.
defining that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was really great. Great. Like when we saw, I mean, because we had the original and it was pretty cool. And then, but when we saw this like complete remake, we got the new logo.
Yeah.
We got everything. That was amazing.
It's
Really
a step
seeing
up.
that whole the new logo. The new logo. I was just like, that's it. That's the one. That's the one I want on a
Just know.
T-shirt.
Especially when you got cats
Thanks, Tim.
jumping up on it.
Look at that cat. Such a nice cat.
It's fluff. All right, I'm trying to get the call thing set up, but it's
You know, we were
While you're
complaining.
doing that, Jake, let's do Cooby's challenge, man. Cooby, what's
We were
up?
complaining that there wasn't a pause feature, but I see pause right there on that cat. I don't see what the issue is.
all right. So
That got heavy in here.
here's the thing about Kubi's
Yeah, let's. Jake, can you inform us as to what Kubi's challenge is?
Well, like Cooby saying, "Can you tell me what that is?"
Yeah, good sound.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Collectively, between me, Jared, and Kev, we get to decide if we want to challenge Kubi or if he wants to challenge
Yes.
us.
No, I want to challenge him.
To what exactly?
That's all to be
Russian
determined.
Whatever we want.
It's a knife fight.
I
No.
want you to do one-legged jumping jacks. 20 of them.
How does that even work?
You
From
figure it
a
out,
physical
Lou.
Is that a consensus?
This is a challenge, not like a workout here.
I mean,
bro.
it has to
It's-
be a one-legged jumping jack. Can I switch legs?
No. No.
I didn't say the switcheroo jumping jack. I said one-legged.
The
One leg.
switcheroo jumping jacks. That already exists, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Why
called
are we
dance.
doing this?
I don't
I
know.
thought
This is
this
on
was
Jake.
like-
Jake just threw in the segment of the show called Kubi's Challenge. I don't even know what that is. No one knows what that is.
I accidentally wrote challenge and not question. I have no idea how I was multitasking. Kubi saw it, and I was like, what is he talking about? Kubi's like, what is Kubi's challenge? I'm just like, I looked at the screen. I was just like, we're going to figure that out when we get there.
I thought you guys had something ridiculous planned for me, and I was like, oh god, what is
All right,
this? So I'm
Kubi.
like
Oh, man,
grilling
I've been-
Jake. I was
I've been
grilling Jake
excited,
before the
bro.
show, and I was just like, what are you guys doing? I actually have a challenge if you guys want. If
Good.
You guys are up for it.
Good, Kubi.
Does it
Coming in.
require me
If we're
moving?
up for it, oh come on, man! You can't just lay down
Or
a competition challenge
or
like
down under for it. If you'll see what I mean by the theme of this question. And I want to hear everyone's best Australian accent with a catch that you can't use each other's phrases. So whoever wants to volunteer first to get it out of the way.
Crikey.
I was not
No, it has to
listening.
be like a full sentence.
Well, I went down to the dingo, crikey.
What did
No
I
one
just
can
hear?
Steal that line. Kubi's rules.
Kubi's dead. Kubi's actually dead. He's actually just keeled over, dying.
We're back.
The reason why I don't do accents.
All right, so now whoever's
Where'd we
next
go?
can volunteer, and you can't use any of the words in that phrase.
Whose is it? Whose challenge? Sorry, I was.
It's
still
my
laughing.
challenge. My challenge to you guys.
Oh no, who's next?
What?
Whoever wants to
Kev, go.
volunteer. It was a volunteer.
Can you
whoever you'd
reread the challenge? I've been trying to do this stuff.
The challenge is you have to give us your best Australian accent. You have to at least say a sentence, and it can't be anything that the previous people have said.
I feel like this is horribly offensive to Australian.
Why are the
people.
webcams not on
I'm
screen?
Australian audience.
Production
I'm so
stuff.
sorry. I really.
It's just
Oh.
preemptive sorriness.
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying, Jake. He's like, oh.
Sorry, I'm doing like two computers right now. It's actually
Throughout all of this, I want you guys to know that Tim Tams are God's gift to Earth, and I think what you guys do with coffee is magnificent. But if I horribly offend you with my terrible accent, I'm so sorry.
This will be good.
After what I just did, you're in the clear, bro.
Oh man, I haven't even. Give me a second.
go.
Just do it, man. It's like ripping off a band-aid. Get over it.
You guys want to go hunt some wallabies?
That wasn't so bad.
Actually, pretty good. Pretty good.
But everything after what I
think
said
I've
is
done
just
an
like,
Australian accent too much.
No, that's
You just went British.
Scottish.
Now it's going
That's
British.
Scottish.
I always auto to British. If I ever do an accent,
It's true. It's
Go
because there's
straight
so
to
many
British.
different British accents. All right, Jake, let's hear it.
he's busy.
I'm so bad with accents.
Hey, you put Kubi's challenge in the show notes. You're getting one. You'll never do this again.
I have
My
to
way to
think,
guarantee that
I'm
this
making sure
segment-
these are Australian things to say.
Talk about kangaroos.
What did hunt
Good job.
wallabies?
All right. Oi, man, let's go hop on a kangaroo, you little wanker.
He got so aggressive with it.
He did. It was okay. It was like,
He
oh,
just,
this
like,
fight.
yelled it.
I can hear it. Like,
I had to get it out. I had to get it out.
okay. Band-Aid
Oh my
message.
god.
Okay.
Why did that happen?
Cooby's challenge complete.
Are we about to announce that there's going to be like an Australian league for Kings of the Storm?
Trixler's scared.
I just read the chat.
All right, now we got a challenge for you, Cooby.
Oh no. Nope.
You have to say a sentence that complements one of Kev's puns.
Wait. Just say nice job with your puns, Kev? Like that's it?
Like, yeah, sincerely mean it though.
All right, hold on. Oh, that's I just gotta get into the zone.
See, Happy Rage in the chat is Australian, I believe. He could be from New Zealand, but if not being aggressive, it ain't Australian.
Yeah, you gotta curse a lot more if you're actually speaking Australian, but I don't want to.
That's why I threw the wanker in there.
No, you
Kev?
need to curse way more.
Kev, I think you have magnificent puns.
Oh, and the impossible has been done.
Wow.
Corey.
Whew, okay. That took. Yeah.
So, we're gonna try this whole...
I've never gotten that much. I've never gotten
We're gonna try this whole
that much.
viewer call-in thing.
Is it gonna happen? I'm kind of. This is what I've been waiting for, man. I'm excited.
We're gonna try it. It's looking like it's working right now. So, what that means is you can call us at Town Hall Heroes. So go to Skype, search for Town Hall Heroes. There's no space, just Town Hall Heroes, one line. Search for that and give it a call. Ask us anything you want. The phones are open. You can say whatever you want. I actually have to plug some things in.
That is a risky set of sentences
That is
he
a
just threw out.
set of words there. All right, let's put some ground rules down.
I
here,
reserve the
guys.
right to
No, the
not
moment
answer
you put
questions.
ground
Some
rules down,
infrastructure.
people are no. The moment
Put
you
some
put
infrastructure
and
on
ground
this.
rules.
No cursing, please.
Try to be civil. If you're
Civil.
gonna troll us, you're
You
just gonna get.
guys, the moment you say things like this, people are going to be calling in and doing it.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Just
But
leave it blank.
It's very easy for me to shut it down, though. But the phones are open. In theory, I hope the
Let's just
calls
test
come
with Shane
through.
Gootzer. He's at work right now. He wants to call. He's only got a minute. Just give me the test with him. You know what I'm saying? You got me? You feel me,
Let
bro?
me call. I have to go
right.
soon. Well, Shane,
And
That's a good test call because we can trust this guy.
if he can call, I'm waiting. But I actually don't know if it's gonna work because we've been having a lot of issues with the whole proxy dealy. And it is Skype. It is a Skype call, so you have to call the Skype account, Town Hall Heroes.
well, you can call Skype numbers through phones, can't you?
I don't know the Skype number. Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's a Skype number, isn't it?
That's what DJ Wheat used to do.
I think you have to pay for that.
Oh.
Shane.
Yeah, call in on Skype. Call in on Skype, people.
On
Just
the
give us
Skype,
a call.
on Skype at Town Hall Heroes.
Solid
Town Hall
Jake
Heroes.
GG will answer from his end, and then you'll be in our call. Maybe.
Until then, I want to hear Cooby's Australian accent.
I am.
Because if we're gonna get Australia to hate us, we're getting Australia to hate all four of us.
Good night, mate. How's it going?
That was so cop-outy.
No cordial greetings.
What's
I want you to say.
You need to say a sentence.
Well, I mean, technically, that is a sentence.
No, it's not.
It was a sentence. Yeah.
It's an introduction.
Threw some shrimp on the barbie. No, that was like
You
that
went
was
like British.
yeah, well, a little British. It's so hard though. It's so hard not to. But all right, I did it. It's fine.
You
got-
went a
every
well,
time-
British.
Every time I start casting in a fake voice, I go immediately into British accent, and I don't know why. Like I was streaming last night, and I just immediately was just like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Hi.
In-game screen. Go figure.
Yeah, how about that? Oh, we can see Jake's friends list. Rip.
Rip. Guys, remember it's not my personal Skype. It's the Town Hall Heroes one,
Jake's Skype is getting blown
which
up
is
right now.
which is. I
Let's see if I
guess we
can
could
I-
add people to the normal Skype. That's gonna ruin production and stuff. It's gonna
Oh,
make
that's-
everything
that's-
really weird.
That's also very
If you add people, as long as they
Yeah.
don't put on their webcam, it doesn't change anything, right?
It moves all the
yeah, it'll move.
production and stuff.
Oh.
That's why we have a second Skype for that setup. It's saying I'm online, but no one has called in, which basically means it's not working. We had issues with this
Search
earlier.
Skype directory. Let me look for this.
So they're saying you have to take a friend request.
Yeah, you have to take friend
Maybe you have to
requests.
set up Skype
I
where you can get calls without a friend
I
request.
have I did that. I did all that, and I don't know how to disable the proxy once the proxy's been set. Unfortunately, this has been failed miserably.
Save it, Jake.
Melodies.
I believe in you.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. I mean, it should be very searchable in the Skype directory.
Yeah,
So
people
if
are seeing it.
Can they not connect to it? Is that the problem?
I'm not getting friend requests or anything. People are seeing it, though. That's good.
Have we tried hitting it? No. Haven't tried hitting it.
What?
Town Hall
Reading the chat.
Heroes. Town Hall Heroes is what you have to search. Just one word.
Yeah, Town Hall Heroes. It should show up as Town Hall United States. I'm reading the humorous IT tech support from the chat right now. It's it's comical.
All right, I'm restarting Skype. Maybe that'll help. Meanwhile,
do we want to do like serious time Cooby's questions in the meantime?
yeah, do it.
Do it.
Save
All
the
right,
show.
Cooby.
All right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or elephant-sized things, Stooches. Okay. Why do you guys think that Stitches is strong, or was strong? You can talk about pre-patch or this patch. We'll save it for pre-patch. Why was Stitches so strong? It sounds like an obvious question, but I want to hear like concrete this, and this. Why was Stitches like borderline OP broken?
Hook.
Just hook.
Like
Well-
there's plenty of things. Like there's Hook. He's got great sustain. He's got damage. He's got versatility.
Okay.
The biggest thing is I know if you start watching, I know if you really pay attention to what's about to happen before a battle, you know where the enemy is, you know where you are, right? And it's sometimes it takes like a couple of seconds for like the positioning to get solidified,
Yeah.
and that's plenty of time to get a hook down. In League of Legends, people normally just kind of run right in and like there's just an engagement. And even then, if you have like a Blitzcrank, it's kind of really easy to see, and Blitzcrank's hook is not as long as like Vision, plus wards and everything else, so it becomes like a really good battle. And Blitz himself is pretty much useless without the hook, without his grab. Stitches has the hook, as you know, Jared was saying, even if they get engaged upon, if you're afraid that they have like a heavy engagement composition, you can go slam build. And now at level 16, instead of grabbing helping hand, or no, sorry, fishing hook, now you get, you know, the pulverize, which now everybody gets stunned. So even if they engage upon you hard, you get like instantly countered with your hard engagement strategy on Stitches. Jared, please stop chewing on that thing.
Okay. So would you guys both agree pre-patch Stitches was the best hero in the game?
No.
No. How close
Maybe.
would you say he is to the top? Pre-patch, we're talking
I mean, he was definitely top 3. I don't know. I think
top 3.
Tychus was clearly up there as well.
All right.
So between the two of those,
For what? For
Probably-
the last pass? Yeah.
for the
I mean,
very
he was
last
picked
patch.
and 100%, wasn't he?
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Just
so
about.
probably last patch, yes, he was number 1.
Okay. So how do you guys feel about the changes that were made to him in this patch?
They were
And
good.
for those of you guys that don't know, plus 2 seconds cooldown on the hook ability, and I believe the gorge damage, just the damage was halved.
He was already falling out of favor for a lot of reasons. The double support meta kind of really made Stitches not as strong for a lot of reasons. Like you couldn't focus down people as quickly. Like when you had like 2-3 assassins at a time, it was a lot easier. And I feel like double support meta really kind of put a damper on Stitches, especially with cleanse.
I still think he's very good.
Okay, yeah, that's the meat of this question is that I've noticed that we had this patch. I would say good changes, not enough to drop him down to the point where he was for either first pick or banned out entirely. Now he's almost gotten to the point where some teams just they wait until the last pick to grab him. He's like almost always like last half of the pick is not as highly prioritized as he was. And to me, it looks like it's not the changes that they made to him, but like adjustments in meta. So I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. What exactly has caused it? I know Kev was already talking about it, so kudos to Kev for jumping on the train idea that I was looking at. But if you guys want to elaborate, what's that? Oh,
What's
yeah,
up?
Jake, you swapped us again.
I'm aware.
Yeah, he's probably doing production things.
I mean, I think he's not like Tassadar is still god tier, but Tassadar he's not first pick first. Like he gets banned a lot, but he is like always been very good. Like when he got his initial nerf that like knocked him down a bit, he wasn't like SS tier. He's now very good tier, and we see him banned and picked quite often, almost 100% of the time. I think just in the same place. The meta is not like super reliant on warriors right now, but there are very rare situations where Stitches is not picked right now. And whether that's due to a lack of warriors, I don't know. Even if there would have to be way better warriors in the game for Stitches to just like not be picked at all. And even then, they would have to remove Hook from him for him to never not be a potential pick.
Really, that's a bold statement.
Hook's powerful.
That's the only way he would go into not.
Unless they made him not because the thing about Blitzcrank was he wasn't a tank, he was a support, right, Kev?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wasn't
Technically
like.
support. I mean, they didn't really. Yeah, he was played as a support in the bottom lane, but that's just because you can't. I mean, you could play.
Well, he wasn't super beefy.
He wasn't.
No.
He wasn't beefy. He didn't really output a lot of damage. I did forget about his AoE ult, so yeah, you're right. Where he would silence everybody, but for the most part, he was really picked just because of his god hand. Unless
they nerf Stitch's damage into the ground as well as his health, or they remove the hook. I always see him being a potential pick in certain compositions.
Yeah.
Most certainly. I don't. Yeah, I completely agree.
Okay, because I'm thinking back to what I remember hearing a lot of players saying. It's just okay, just the concept of hook, and hook into gorge, blink, everything makes him super OP. Now he still has that stuff, just slight modifications to damage, and then hook cooldown, and now all of a sudden people are like, yeah, he's all right. He's mid tier. It's oh.
He was already falling out of favor just because of cleanse. Cleanse became everywhere.
Yeah, it definitely was kind of sudden, but the patch kind of bumped him down. It's all about ETC now.
He is quite good.
Did we want to just take questions from chat, Jake?
Ooh, I'm getting a call. This is miraculous. We'll see if it works. Steve Beret is calling. I was actually just looking at things.
I see Town Hall just went offline though on Skype.
Steve, hello.
Well, it's
Rip.
it's trying to answer, and it's failing to answer.
Yeah, I see Town Hall just went offline again.
I see no picnics. I don't know what you're talking about.
No picnics.
What if we had people call me?
That wouldn't work from a production standpoint.
They wouldn't be able to hear everyone.
Because you'd have to mute this call to hear them.
Right.
Wrecked. Good point.
Yeah, let's take some Reddit questions if we have them.
Yeah. Can you check Reddit?
Yeah, sure. I didn't have it up actually.
Yeah, let me do that too.
In the meantime,
Not good at this.
I have this.
You have a cat?
I do have a cat.
This sucks.
From Patty Big Rig.
Patty Big Rig, what an excellent
Two questions. The first one is, if we could have 3 hero reworks in the next patch, what would your choices be?
Oh my.
While Jake is doing productions thing, let's break that down into the 3 of us each picking 1 hero to rework.
Okay, 1 hero. Let's let me call up the magical list of heroes. Who do I want to see a rework? So I'll just take some
I got
liberties.
mine already.
I'll take some liberties and assume just we don't like how the core kit of that hero functions, and we'd like to alter that and change it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got one already. I can go ahead and run with it. Murky. Yep, Kev
Called
knew
it.
right away. Kev knew right away.
Called it.
Murky's kit is extremely hard to balance. We've talked about this before. Kevin went really in depth on why last week in the episode, or the Vikings. I think it was the Viking episodes. Yeah. So if you guys want to go listen to that, make sure you check out the VOD or MP3. But his kit is very hard to balance, and it's never been super effective, despite Trickslayer being in chat. I'm sorry, bro. But he has no place in competitive play, and will, with his current kit, never get seen in competitive play. That was initially he was a pusher, and his push was insane. Like March of the Murlocs did just insane numbers, and they had to nerf it in the ground. And then his kit just kind of slowly fell out of favor with more and more nerfs. I think at this point, like the general idea of Murky is really cool, but with his current, like I guess, set of abilities, he's not good enough, and I think it just needs a complete overhaul on him.
I have 8,000 missed calls suddenly. Holy crap!
That is.
There's no way 8,000.
Not a lot.
Well,
I mean,
people may
more
have
than
called multiple times.
I have to scroll down. That's a lot right
Maybe
there.
that's what happened. Maybe Skype's not broken. Maybe he just like crashed because
No,
Jake's
I've
most popular
been
person
like
on the
switching
planet.
servers and stuff, and it loaded it quickly, and then it disconnected again.
Do we have a TS we could use? We could use TeamSpeak real quick and then just drag people into the channel.
We could do that.
I don't think Jake has.
I'm not comfortable giving.
I don't have
out
TeamSpeak
to
installed
the
or
public.
anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do we have like a free TeamSpeak we could use?
I don't
know
even
that
have
we have
TeamSpeak
admin
installed.
in to be able to like ban people if they're like.
You know what, guys? Ask your questions in chat, and Zoya will read them in an Australian accent.
I'm gonna keep working on this.
Yeah, Kevin, who's the hero you want to rework on? Let's just keep rolling with this question for now.
I can answer if he's not ready.
Oh man, I have so many I want to have reworked. I've never liked Chen.
Oh, that was mine. But yeah, I like the barrel concept of Chen, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, Corey,
I
you gotta do a new one now. Get wrecked.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll look. I'll keep looking.
I think everything about Chen just doesn't really sit well with me. I don't like the fact that I have to. I mean, so I'm a big proponent of what Blizzard loves to do, right? They love to make a game fun. I don't see how Chen is fun because every time you want to do something, you have to stop doing everything so that you can do more things again. Like mana always regens. That's what's great about mana. Other features of other heroes that we've seen in other games where like you attack things and then like Fury, etc., or you take damage. That's cool. But Shen's ability is you literally have to stop doing things in order to do more abilities. And yeah, you get that shield and you're like, ha ha ha, they can't do damage. But then after like a couple of seconds, you're like, okay, it's great that they can't do damage, but I'm not gaining health, really? There's nothing happening here. It's like a stalemate.
Okay. I think, yeah,
So to me, Chen really just, I feel like that's a huge broken part of his kit. Plus, like, barrel's cool, but I don't know. It just
I
doesn't
like
make
the Chug idea, but I think the rest of his kit, it's just.
Really?
It
You
probably
like Chug?
I like the Chug.
I like the concept of it. Yeah, it's unique in its own way. So
It's unique, but like
it's like he goes in, and then the whole point of like him just soaking damage. Like that's a fun thing, but they need to really overhaul entirely how like it works, what like draws people to hit him, and like they need to either like ramp it up in a non-broken way. It just doesn't have the feel. Before he was just like a divey tank, and that's why he was fun to play, and there was like very little risk to doing anything excessively overdone, jumping into the enemy team. But now that's not the case. He's not fun anymore. It probably has to do with his base kit not feeling right.
I mean, I haven't liked his base kit since day one. I played like 3 games with him and I was like, I don't like this. And my Chen is still level
He's
0.
like my favorite tank to play. Or he was. Back when he was good. Just because you could get away with so many stupid things, just sit there,
yeah,
drinking,
but that's
drinking,
that's not really a part of his kit, though. It's like, I mean, yeah, you get away with dumb stuff only because he has the heroic that's ridiculously difficult to deal with.
I don't know. I felt.
And then you just have like, I like the idea of his heroic. That's fun, like the whole.
But I like the idea
extra
of
bodies to body block with.
flying kick in and then like just get in their way, block their path. Like especially if they're like in a really enclosed area, like if they're like in the brushy kind of area.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of warriors are.
They can't flip over him though. He could flip onto
like,
their other side. Diablo can flip them over him, but I don't know. I just really like the
Burden
the
has
feel of it.
leap and Stitches has hook, and
It
it has some way to
something
like
different.
be annoying and get in people's faces.
True.
All right, third hero. Go ahead, Cooby.
My answer has got to be Tyrael.
Yeah, after cast aside, he's
After losing the cast aside, it's just like, other
felt
than
like he was cast aside.
What are you at? You're not even
I don't
doing
even
good.
count
You're at
anymore.
like 35 or something left. I don't know. You got too many.
I don't know, man. I'm
Run
like
out of time.
smitten with some sort of pun bug.
What? Oh, smite. Oh no, Jared, you are muted. I don't know if that's my intention.
We've talked about it before. How any one talent being removed from a hero, crippling them so much, is not good design.
Yeah.
Kerrigan losing rewind. How often do we see her now? Before she had it, it was pick banned every game almost. And Tyrell's in the same stance. He was never picked very often before, but now with the loss of Casticide, he is much, much worse. Like it hit him very hard to where the point where we won't see him anymore. It's not the point that Kerrigan had where she went from top tier to nowhere, but now he went from kind of playable to not playable, and I agree with that as well, Corey. That Tyrell
Definitely
needs
needs
maybe not a full rework.
They could do a lot though. Like I mean, when you look
at the
his...
Arthas rework, that was like half a kit reworked.
All right, let me interject real quick because you said we talked about this. I don't think I ever talked about the fact that nerfing or getting rid of one talent, making a hero make or break, is bad game design. I completely disagree with you.
Ooh.
Like something like Brightwing's Rewind Polymorph, that is not bad game design on
Brightwing still sees
kit.
play.
Yeah.
So that's a moot point right now.
So Tyrael went away for a little bit, but I mean, crap, we're seeing like Sonya show up, and she's hardly been touched.
That's not.
I feel like saying that just because his talent went away. No, I'm saying like just because you're saying his talent went away, we haven't seen him, doesn't mean he's a bad hero.
Yes, it does. He was already kind of bad, and now like.
No, he wasn't. He was played quite a bit. He was pick banned at least 50 to 60%. Tyrael before Casticide.
I can get that answer for you. I'll at least check. I will check the data sheet we have.
He was used as an off tank with Uther all the time.
Not all the time. Kind of frequently enough. But
What did you say, Kev? What did you say? 50, 60?
I said like 50, 60%.
Let me see. Do I have it? I'll get it in just a second. You guys continue.
He was not a common pick. You would see him out of teams like Vortex, who would utilize him different than anyone else, but Tyrael was not a pick across the board for all teams. EU didn't even run Tyrael, and they run the weirdest stuff.
I mean, I agree that he needs a rework, but I don't think it's because Casticide was removed. I think Smite in general was an interesting idea, but I don't think it really worked out so well.
I like the laser beam. Sure, the laser beam.
Yeah. What was it?
It's like fire. It wasn't fire chains, but it was essentially fire chains.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Intervention?
No.
No.
And then he had the level 7 talent that made it like 200 damage a tick.
That was awesome. Maybe that talent was called fire chains.
No, that wasn't called fire change. That was like something like biblical.
Who like does that? Good question in chat. Tell them ×01.
Okay, hold on. I have it before.
Excuse me. You have to say an Australian accent.
24% pick banned in that particular Kings. That was before the patch.
5 stats.
5 stats.
5 stats. ESPN up this place.
All right. This is what it is. But
we need at least one. Not doing the accent. I'm not doing that again. That was terrible. We need at least one. This is more of like a lore / like kind of gameplay type question. We need at least one support from the Diablo universe and at least one warrior from the StarCraft
universe.
Diablo. Because there are no supports from Diablo and there are no warriors from StarCraft in the game yet. But for every other class and role, there is one from each.
Are we asked for suggestions?
Yeah. What are some potential suggestions?
Warrior for StarCraft. I want to see Dahaka.
I would prefer a Firebat.
Firebat could be pretty cool.
Way cooler.
Firebat would actually be a cool potential warrior. Or Marauder, maybe, too.
Marauder, I'd rather see.
Ranged warrior.
That'd be cool, dude. It's a possibility.
I hope Warfield is like a ranged warrior. I really do.
Rip.
And then in terms of a Diablo support, I think your only options there are some really weird tanky support in the form of Crusader or Monk.
You guys play Diablo 2? Why not Paladin?
Paladin and Crusader are
You
very
can also
similar.
like
That's
it's
kind of
something I saw pop up on Reddit. There are so many different variations of Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 ways to play each class. But for Diablo 3 specifically, you can play both as the male or female. So, like for instance, if you look at Witch Doctor, there in the competitive ladder for Diablo 3, the #1 Witch Doctor build is a crowd control supporty type style, which is very different from the Nazebo we see today. So if you're to implement a female Witch Doctor, it could have a different
That sounds
kit.
confusing though. In terms of like which one you're playing and stuff. Do you remember? Wasn't it
Well, it looked very different.
wasn't it Nazeeba?
Yeah, it was
It
originally
was
Nazeeba.
initially, and then
Nazeeba.
I called Nazeeba Nazebo because I was trying to be stupid, the way I call Stitches Stooches.
Nazeebo.
And then they actually changed it to Nazebo, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this is...
Now
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna go
that's
back
supposed to
to
be
calling
right
it Nazeeba to sound dumb.
Nazeeba.
I was
Format
so
from Diablo 3 as well.
I got a message from False Anonymous who actually won the key before, so I guess he's trying to pay it forward, or pay it back. He said he has a small private TeamSpeak if we want to use it. It's only 20 person, but it's located in Australia, so we have to talk in Australian accents.
That's gonna
Get
be
on the TeamSpeak, Jared.
Hey.
Hey,
I mean,
you
that's
gotta
up to-
connect.
That's up to that Jake guy.
Keep doing things in chat for now. I'm giving
Okay.
this 5 more minutes. I don't have TeamSpeak though. At that point,
Um,
I'm giving up. I'm sorry. We're not doing TeamSpeak.
In terms of StarCraft Warrior, I want to see Phoenix because Phoenix.
Yeah, Zealot.
Yeah,
That's good.
Zealot would be great. Other than that, I can't really think of another like warrior that I'd really want, except for like an Ultralisk that already exists.
Yeah. Like, it's tough to do Warriors because, like,
Because it's StarCraft, you know, it's in the future.
Maybe
where people
like
are
an
like, we
immortal?
don't need swords anymore.
yeah.
Such cat.
Like, all the StarCraft Warriors I can think of would be ranged Warriors, which is weird.
It's kind of a cool idea for a hero,
Ranged warrior,
a
marauder.
ranged warrior. Like, how do you make that work?
Like an Immortal would definitely be like a tankier.
That is like probably my favorite unit from StarCraft 2.
Or Scum.
Go away.
Yeah.
Go away, Cooby.
Let's see.
I
Yeah,
played-
keep
I played
your
Protoss.
questions
But for,
coming.
but
played
for
lots of Protoss.
support Diablo, I would definitely want Deckard Cain.
Yeah,
If Deckard Cain didn't come out as the 20-year-old Deckard Cain, where he's the Haradrim warrior, he was like, oh yeah, Haradrim, with the spinning
get, like, a
staff.
tip
Yeah,
jar for
brother.
how
I
many
think this is like
times-
the 18th time I brought this up on this
Yes,
show.
tip jar for it. from
What
now
if-
on.
What if Wizard played like a support? Could that work?
Wizard?
Essentially, yeah.
No,
Like,
no, Blizzard. Blizzard are the people who make this game.
That's true. That's a good point. You did mispronounce that.
I said
It could
Wizard.
essentially work.
Very silent. A wizard. A wizard. I'm trying to
Wizard.
remember.
There wasn't even a.
Yeah,
was
there's like-
Wizard in Diablo 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, wizard. It was sorceress.
Literally didn't play Diablo 3 more than like 2 quests in the beta.
So I'm
I
trying to
hated
remember
it.
some of the weird. They had like the time warp thing that like slows projectiles while it's inside.
Oh, that could be cool.
What were the other abilities? They had the black hole thing that they just added. That was fun. I actually kind of want to look up this stuff. This is bringing.
Are you able to call people that are on your Skype without it messing up?
No.
No.
Why? If they don't have their webcam on, the webcams stay the exact
Still
same,
put the
right?
stupid picture
If
in
they
there.
have to drag them into the Town Hall Heroes chat.
I mean, we can just remove them because Glaurung wants to call in.
It can't be done without ruining everything, and then it's gonna look real dumb.
Can't be done.
And it's not fair to just do call-ins with people that have us in Skype and not open that to normal people too.
Patty Big Rig also asked, as a Nova player, I'm curious to know what kind of changes do you think Blizz could do for her that would make her less punishing on newer players, but also actually useful, maybe even in competitive.
I will say kudos to this question. I read it and I was like, that is like a Cooby level question right there. That's a thought provoker. To come up with something that like solves a problem that big, is at like a core level. It's a good question.
Hmm.
And it's very difficult to answer. I will say that.
Yeah, we're getting into like meta theory craft game design here, and
So
I know how to
easiest
talk
way
nice. That's about
the
it.
easiest way to start that discussion is to look at Zeratul, say why is Zeratul okay from a cloak perspective, compare it to Nova, and then start there.
So then it just gets to the point where we say rework her kit.
Okay, but it's not the stealth that's the issue though, really. It's sort of just how her. But like Zeratul is also quite bursty. Why is Zeratul not a problem? Is it because he's difficult to play?
Mobility.
He's easier to punish, right? Because
Zeratul is?
if you look at because if you stun lock a Zeratul, or if they're so in the beginning stages of newer players, you see things like people blinking in to do damage, right? Later on, you realize, oh, I should save my escapes so that I can get out. But if you're saving your escapes to get out, now you're at the level where people can actually coordinate their crowd control.
So it's just a matter of the fact
it's
that
the
Zeratul
scaling.
is difficult
It's the
to play.
scaling of mechanics between the people,
Zeratul's
and that's what I
hard
think.
to play. Okay, so you need
He's
to.
harder to play as.
It's
Yeah.
harder to play. And
Wasn't
then
the question about competitive play?
No, it was about making.
No, it's about making it
Nova
so
playable and not frustrating
playable,
for
less
newer
punishing
players.
for newer players,
But also good enough
viable
to be
for
played competitive. Yeah.
She would need to rework in her kit.
But how and why? That's the question there.
Yeah.
If she wants to be viable and competitive, she would need a rework in her
Okay.
kit.
How do you
But
rework?
you-
you're not-
I already
You're
said the mobility from Zeratul, I pointed out, is what makes him viable. He has an ability to get away. Nova gets caught. Guess what?
was
She's
viable.
done.
Nova was viable.
Yeah,
She
her damage
played
was
competitive.
insane, but that wouldn't make it easier for newer players again. She was viable because
Right, but the way that
She-
you're arguing is just like, well.
well, you guys didn't let me finish as well. He's also got
all
Void
right,
Prison.
sorry. Go ahead.
Void Prison, one of the best rogues in the game by far.
Yeah.
So you think
She
the
has
biggest
no
issue?
utility to a tank team.
So
Her
give Nova
damage is
Void
nothing to
Prison.
write about, and she's got no escape.
Just
Those
make
three
it.
things.
I mean, we know why she's bad competitively, but how do you
Well-
make buffs to her that doesn't ruin the lower level of play?
You can't.
Okay, so you say
You need a rework.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
how?
That's the question: is how do you rework her,
What do you
Jared?
Like-
That's,
I'm not a game designer.
That's what
Give
we're
her a
doing
blink.
here.
Give
What do
her
you
a
think we've been
blink.
doing for the last 5
All right.
Give her a
Oh my
blink
God.
then.
No.
Make her just like Zeratul.
why would you give her a blink? That's
blink.
making her more punishing.
She's not
What-
a good hero. Her design's not good at the moment. Like she's
What's
so
the question?
fragile.
Give her a talent that isn't like Blink, isn't a direct copy of what Tassadar has, but maybe she has a recloak that gives her 25% movement speed for 2 seconds. Recloaks kind of stealth to get out, can still be revealed. She's not invincible.
Give her a hook.
I actually really like the clone idea. I think they should dive into that a little more. That's a pretty unique thing for a
Swap bodies with a clone.
No, that's already been done. League of Legends. That was LeBlanc.
Different
Actually,
game.
no, she can't.
But,
She
I mean,
can't
just-
swap places. She can't swap places with the clone. But I mean, that's what like.
I think it's a cool concept for a hero, and like it's
It is.
it's something that's almost entirely ignored, especially now that it doesn't even body
But
block
how's that
shot.
like a ghost? Like ghosts don't have clones. That's
Right.
not.
It's a hologram. Whereas
yeah, I guess that's
learn
cool.
the
I mean,
lore.
But, I mean, if you look at what does a ghost have? It has snipe and it has nuke and.
So that's why I'm saying, why not
Cloak,
something
right?
like EMP or Lockdown?
Oh, EMP was the other one. EMP, yeah, okay. So if you're trying to fit to the kit that they had in StarCraft, then EMP
To
is
the
something. But what
kit.
is that? A silence? We already know that having.
EMP could no EMP was
It was the shield.
it
Wrecks their
removes
mana.
shields and removes mana.
Ooh,
God, that'd be so. It
Mana
would have to be a
draining,
heroic. It'd have to be a heroic.
a mana draining hero? No, it just depends on how you tune it.
But that's a utility, and that would make Nova have something that's a StarCraft related as well as being utility.
So,
So
She has
remove.
no utility right now. The only utility she's got is her W.
So you remove precision strike for EMP.
Triple tap for DMP.
Triple tap is it's like a very glorified snipe, right? So, I mean, they only have it's a very simple unit, and not that simple compared to StarCraft terms of things, but there's only so much to work with. You need to come up with what's at least 5 abilities and a trait, and you only have so much to work with when it
I
comes.
think she's fine right now with most of her abilities. Just give her like make EMP because you could look at it this way, right? You could make it a big area, and make it a heroic, and make it have like a really slow shot. Like she shoots a small EMP rocket that makes it harder to hit, so it's not punishing for new players. But like getting it in competitive, you have to like land a couple of roots or something like that, right? and then, or you make it small radius, long cooldown, put it on like her E or something, or her W.
The rocket though is again you're starting to deviate from the source material.
That's not source material. It was like EMP was always really slow.
Oh,
It
I
wasn't
see.
like it wasn't like a real snipe. It wasn't like
I guess it was a projectile.
It was like-
technically. It was something that Protoss players could not dodge
EMP
unless
was
you had
not
blink.
slow, not in StarCraft 2.
You couldn't dodge it unless you had blink. That was it. There was no way to like get out of the way of it before it hit. It
and
just
that
hit
was
you,
like, you know,
and then
just
you died.
being
it
like
was still
quick.
slower than like her auto attack or anything like that.
It
Like
was
that was
just-
all instantaneous. EMP took time. It had a projectile. It had a trajectory.
EMP was instant.
No,
dude.
it did have a trajectory, but it was incredibly fast.
Yeah, it
It
took
was-
like
it
what
was
3
fast.
frames to travel to its target. No one's getting
Yeah.
out of the way. What does that matter? It was just so it was
That's
cool.
what I'm
so it
saying.
looked like a
is-
little bomb.
Okay, so exaggerate that.
Exaggerate the travel time.
The travel time, yeah.
You know what? Someone just said EMP was on the science vessel in StarCraft 1.
Yeah, that's what I was,
Yeah,
what
that's
said.
why I brought up
said
StarCraft
lockdown.
2.
Oh, okay.
Said lockdown was a slow missile in StarCraft 1. I failed to make that known. Lockdown was a slow missile in StarCraft 1.
Okay.
EMP could be like a slow missile like lockdown. So it'd feel like StarCraft 1 and be StarCraft 2 at the same time.
How do you guys feel about them pulling source material from other units, Terran units? Like I'm thinking about the Raven, with like that seeker
I mean,
missile.
like what they did with Raiders, and
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because Jim's a commander. So he's commanding his army.
Jim.
Jimbo,
Jimbo.
my boy. All right, I think we've delved in.
Yeah, I think we kind of...
Any other good questions? That is a good question. Though. I like that question.
they'd have to be from chat. No one's posting on the Reddit thread.
Okay. Jake, is the call rip? Is it done?
It seems unsalvageable.
Bum, 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 bum.
I looked at payment options to pay for a thing. I can't pay that much money for this, unfortunately.
30 keys down, 21 to go. I wonder if I can do 21 puns for 21 keys.
Stop.
Oh God.
You gonna lock me down?
Do I, guys?
Questions,
is this
chat.
one to, I'm reading this one. Do I want to answer this?
Why
do I
is
think...
EU picking Sonya competitively? We don't know. Nobody knows EU.
Hey, we're picking Sonya competitively too.
Yeah, we're
so.
picking Sonya competitively. Sonya's in
All
the
right.
meta.
This one's a hard hitting one from Manic112. Do you guys think Blizzard is too slow at releasing heroes, and do we need more double releases? The double release thing is a little, just like an aside. How quickly they're releasing heroes though, while it seems slow, you have to really stop to analyze how they're being introduced into the meta, how they change things, and you got to leave a good chunk of time between that. And then on top of all that, you just have, resources. Like, do they have the resources to balance them, etc.? That's my take on it. You guys feel the same, or?
I feel like they're releasing things at the right time. I feel like
Currently, the pace is good. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like they're not trying to do League of Legends every 2 weeks, and I don't want them to because League of Legends released so many half-hatched ideas for champions. Yorkie. Half-hatched champion ideas that were basically just like carbon copies of other things, and I feel like that really kind of hindered a lot of things at the same time. Double hero releases are not great for balancing, so
I don't think we'll see that
don't
again.
do that. Yeah,
I think once a month is good. A good pace.
yeah.
Though I'm also happy with just when they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer once a month though, and they've been doing that. And as 3 heroes, I mean, ignoring competitive play, they have all felt like Thrall, Jaina, Lost Vikings have all been fun to play.
Wait, last
They've
3
all
heroes
felt-
was Olaf, Balag, and Eric, right?
God damn it.
Kev, high five.
Oh yeah.
No, it's this way.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Wait, nope.
Yeah.
Cooby, for that one, you get Olaf, my love.
Look at this double pun. All right.
All, the last 3 heroes that were released, Lost Vikings, Thrall, they've all felt very good. Ignoring competitive balance and whatever, they've been ready for the game. I feel.
Jared breezes right past our jokes. I feel like it was lost on him.
I'm gonna be able to get some calls going here.
Are you really?
I think so, but only people that we know, unfortunately.
Rip. Okay.
Oh, okay. I
We have
I
21
think I know what that means in terms of technically wise. Technical wise. I'm guessing
Duh.
the thingy doesn't work.
Put
But
two together.
yeah. All right. That said, let's do it.
All right. Well,
Ready. We got a half
soon.
hour. Let's go.
Soon.
Soon.
I'll let you know when it's ready.
Oh,
I have a
shit.
question.
Okay,
yeah.
Jared.
I forgot it. My mom came in. My mom came in and was distracting me. So
Oh, waiting. That says
Jared never changed.
I forgot it.
I have a question. 2 seconds later, I forgot it.
How do we
Wait.
feel about Sergeant Hammer in the meta? Do you think Nexus Frenzy put her over the top?
nope.
She can definitely shell out too much damage at level 20.
Production things.
Level 20 is the point of the game. Well, the games are supposed to be short, and it's extreme, almost to the point of extreme of Resurgence. But what Resurgence did was delay the ending of games, whereas getting level 20 first has the potential for you ending the game quicker. It doesn't prolong the length of games, and it's not to the point where it breaks the game. Like, we are seeing silly stuff like the quadruple Resurgence, where like it doesn't matter if we lose 3 forts in a keep because we have 4 Resurgence, so it would delay the game. But there's no point where Nexus Frenzy is like we can't win now because their hammer just hit 20. Like,
Right.
it doesn't.
It is
stall out
strong.
the game.
It is
It's
strong, but
And if we're talking about balancing a level 20 talent, like it have to be extreme like Resurgence did, and that didn't necessarily break the game. It just took the game in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thank you to Nessie80 for that one.
I'm
Very
on
good.
the fence on that one though, because I'm hovering around the idea that
Oh, are you serious?
it's kind of like a weird trade-off between Napalm Strike and
I didn't even
that. 'Cause
smile.
like, you have to think about Napalm Strike added a lot of DPS, and so does Nexus Frenzy. And I'm actually kind of curious to see if we could see like damage charts of which one, like at level 20, how much damage that hammer did compared to if they pick up Frenzy.
I
Because
mean, it's
Napalm
obvious.
Strike gave a ridiculous amount of DPS to hammer already.
Well, look at
It
like,
improved. Sorry.
look at the comparison though to like someone like Zeratul, where you get rewind at 20. He gets the potential to, if they're squishy enough, like a Vala, a Jaina, Zeratul can instantly destroy that person.
Yeah.
That is just as bizarre as
True.
that, in my opinion.
true. That's like a good power spike to have because it will force the game to end, essentially, in a lot of situations.
It could be actually be bad. Like it could actually be like, well, if you get 20 on hammer and you're the team that gets 20 first, you win the game no matter. I mean, I'm not trying to argue that can't be the point. We haven't seen that yet, but it could potentially be. But if they're going to do overpowered talents at 20, I like this way more than the way they had in the past with Resurgence.
I agree with you. I think that's a big selling point of the game is that the games are faster. And as long as when you hit 20, the games end fast and it's balanced for either side, there's no one hero that just stands above in that sense. I'm all for that.
Yeah, level 20 should be like if you hit it first, the giant sway into like you could potentially win with just hitting level 20 first. I agree there. I can see that. I really don't. Yeah, I don't see the frenzy over it, but
All right, Andrew Guild asks, what mechanic do you want to be introduced to make feeding one of your teammates possible, making them carry? And we kind of already have that with Asmodan a little bit, like in the sense that he carries like later game if you can protect him and make sure that he is able to feed into his ability.
Asmon's the only thing and the closest thing we have.
Yeah, but how do we feel about that mechanic in general?
I don't like it.
I don't like
Yeah, I think that the game should probably try to avoid
Yeah.
the whole feed thing. I mean, gathering power was just nerfed, and I think it's still fine. Like, you don't want to make that type of thing overpowered. So it's like, oh, we have this carry who's got gathering power, is really strong, kills people left and right. Oh, he died once? Now we lose because we've just, like, fell behind so far. Other than the experience you lose for dying, you shouldn't be, like, set back too much. And I think having carry mechanics like that is, I think just save it for League of Legends and other games like that have already established that style of play.
Okay.
yeah, no.
Cool question,
completely agree. Yeah, Corey annihilated that one.
All right, so I'm trying to call someone. We'll see if
Okay.
it works.
Who we calling?
Let's pull some more questions while we're waiting.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I don't know if it's
I was
gonna
gonna
work.
ask you guys for your best Blackpool impression earlier. That's probably gonna. Oh,
So just apologies for being really zoned out this episode in general. I've been trying to fix our call-in, which our
Jake has
first-
2 computers over there, by the way. So if you guys didn't know that, he's trying to sort out between.
He's
having
actually
2
got
computers.
2 keyboards that he's typing on at the same
Yeah,
time.
he's like super
Kind of like hacker type.
GoldenEye hacker style.
Yeah, GoldenEye. Wait, are we talking GoldenEye the game? Because
Yeah, the
at
game,
that point,
yeah.
it's not this. It's
Oh yeah, the fists. Yep. I remember like the guy like trying to hack the door.
I
You have
love-
to, you have
yeah,
to protect the
perfect.
guy hacking the door, and it's like
perfect dark. And it's
Yep.
just like, oh, Jada, I can see you need to, or whatever her name is. And she just goes, yes, I need to hack into his computer.
Natalia.
No, not Natalia.
Natalia
What was the?
I'm gonna
Let's
look
go
it up.
from Perfect Dark.
Oh man, the laptop turret thing, laptop
Oh,
gun.
laptop
I think it was just
turret.
silly.
Oh god, remember that game?
Perfect Dark was awesome, man.
What was her name?
Aliens.
Jonah. Jonah Dark?
That sounds
Joanna.
right. Joanna. Is it
Joanna.
That sounds about right.
Joanna.
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 Yeah, Joanna Dark. Yep.
All right, I've reinstalled Skype.
Oh.
I've restarted the computer. If this doesn't fix it, it's officially GG.
Leaps in
Next
production
time,
value.
guys. Next time, guys.
Oh well.
Keep-
Yeah. Okay.
It's weird because we tested it today. I tested it with Jared, and it worked flawlessly.
Time of day.
Maybe that affects. I don't know.
Well, maybe you needed to take 3 tests, put it into the Project Cube, and come up with a perfect test.
Nope. No.
Question from
That's-
Time01.
That's a treasure there, that Project Cube.
Nope.
I feel Bolt of the Storm is too strong. Personally, I would give it to everyone or remove. It's like Flash. Would you remove it or give it to everyone or leave that as is? I think it's fine the way it is. I think it was
It's
too
boring.
strong. Boring? What?
It's boring.
How's it boring?
It's boring because I don't know. It's not. I don't know. For some reason, I like it if it adds utility to the hero, but if it just makes it so that they get out of sticky situations, it's boring. I don't know. I get upset when I'm like casting a game. I'm like, all right, what are they grabbing at 20? Oh, 4 Bolt of the Storms. Okay, cool. It's like, unless like Stitches is making like a bolt into hook or something like that, or he gorges and then bolts away. Like that's fun, but most of the time, not that exciting to me. Jared, you're making a frown.
No, you make good points. I just think Bolt's really good. And
It's
I
very
like
good. I'm not arguing that.
He's not
But
saying
they
it's
take it
bad.
because
He's
it's
just
the
saying
same
it's stale.
Yeah, I mean, like if we look at 20 talents now, they're getting better. They're more unique per each role. So Bolt is kind of losing its flavor, even back when there wasn't stuff. So I can agree with that. I don't think I would give it to other heroes or give it to all of them or take it away from any right now, but I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just not. I don't know. There's some great plays that can be made with it, but most of the time, it's like you said, like, well, 4 Bolt to the Storms, and now, if they get caught, they have a way to live where it doesn't, like, add to that hero's, like, finesse. Like, I get, like, a situation where it could add to the finesse of the hero is, like, you take Twilight Dream and you bolt it and then you silence those people.
Yes.
Obviously, that's going to go badly
That'd be
most of the time against a good team,
Right,
but
yeah.
there is the potential of you doing flashy stuff with it, but most of the time, Bolt's just, like,
Safety.
like, sure, I'm going to secure this kill with Bolt, or I'm, like, got hooked, so to make up for me being bad, I'm going to Bolt out.
I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't really have any strong opinions about it because I also feel like in Heroes of the Storm it's way quicker to end the game when you hit level 20, right? Because everybody's got like such strong talents at that point. And like one misplay one small misplay being caught out for like half a second or like a quarter of a second shouldn't end the game unless you've calculated the fact that they don't have any escapes.
Boys,
Okay, you could have made the same
Boom.
argument about Resurgence, though.
No,
Did
Resurgence
I just hear
is
Chef? Stop talking.
Not Chef.
Chef!
we do actually have a call-in though.
Sean!
Not
Sean!
Chef.
It's not Chef.
It's not Sean.
It's not Chef.
No.
Introduce yourself.
It's not
I can
Chef.
try to be Sean if you want me to be Sean. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Jake, I heard Jake say that's Chef.
No, I said it's not Chef.
Not Chef.
Phoenix Sniper, welcome, the first ever caller here on Town Hall Heroes.
Oh, it's just Phoenix Sniper? Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Just kidding. Hi, Phoenix.
What's
Hello.
up? You have a question? You just want to call?
I just wanted to call and make sure the video was or the call was actually working. I can
it
ask
is.
a question though. I just
Oh,
gotta
it's
think
right
of one
here. Yeah, let's hear
really
it.
quick.
All right, good.
Oh, Jared, explain.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Explain.
Sure. So.
Looks like you dropped out there.
Oh, that
Oh.
was so good. That was so good.
That's so
Town Hall
disappointing.
went offline again.
Wait. I just heard him for a second. Phoenix. Hello, team.
Hello.
Oh, team.
That's so.
He's gone forever. Phoenix, yep,
It was. I was
all
so
dropped.
excited. It was working,
Okay,
guys.
well, Phoenix, maybe you can finish your question. You would like Jared to explain what?
I'm so sad, guys.
Explain
Why?
it, Jared. Explain it.
Look at chat.
The chat's like, explain yourself, Jared. Maybe it just wants you to explain yourself. What do you have to say for yourself,
Explain
Jared?
Riot.
For all your shenanigans, explain yourself.
I freaking love this show.
We have the greatest chat. Where did
It
it stop?
ended
yeah?
at #explain.
I would actually like to just point out real quick that I love Phoenix Sniper, who was sitting in my channel last night. I just kind of like randomly streamed out of nowhere, and then after ESL got done, he apparently put something in the chat to come watch me. So I got a bunch of viewers from ESL. So
What a guy.
thanks Phoenix.
Phoenix
He was
is
sitting there just yelling at me in my chat while he was watching ESL the whole entire time. That was about it. Because I totally I got home and I forgot that ESL was happening, so I just went and just streamed.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I had a really long day yesterday.
Confessions of Kev.
Yeah, I'll admit it. But I watched him today. But yeah.
Explain who came up with the Asmodan strategy. There you go. Can you say?
Yeah, kind of. So it was So Windier. So Windier and I were playing on our Smurf accounts, and he's like, "Hey, I want to try out this Asmodan build," and, like, kind of as a troll, because, like, you know, they buffed the talent to where it became 2 damage to 1 or 1 damage to 2. So we were just kind of goofing around, and it was kind of absurd the damage it did. Like, it was like, because we always did trolly things, like we were used to do the Asmon and Abathur composition all the time and just like cheese backdoor and stuff. So like we've always enjoyed doing funny, goofy stuff like that. But it was absurd the damage he was able to get up to. And just one night, he was in scrims like, "Hey, let's try this out." And
The bold play. Just went
I
for
mean,
it.
if you guys remember, So Windier used to be the Asmon player when we ran that comp. And
That's
now
true.
Arthlon has learned how to play it, so he does it now because So Windier's our warrior player. But yep, all goes to him, man.
AFKers are the worst. How do you want them to be punished, and on what criteria? Oh gosh, that is a great rage target for me. If I'm playing ranked mode, and we have someone that just AFKs throughout the entire draft and then just disconnects as soon as the game starts, that is the worst kind of person.
Yeah.
I always say that they should be banned for like a day or something. I don't know. It's probably too harsh or something. I don't know. It's hard for me to say what's fair in that situation because I'm always going to be angry if you ask me immediately after it happens. So like, get them out of here for a week.
I feel like banned for a day or something like that. So people are just like, oh man, because I mean, like, if you like say something actually does happen, you're gonna be like, all right, you know, that's acceptable because I wasn't there, so why not, right? Like, say something like your house catches on fire. I don't know. Like, yeah, being AFK for the day, I think you've got some other worries. Like, if you have to run away from the game, you're gonna be like, all right, now I have to decide: is it gonna be worth being banned for a day? And then, of course, if you do it enough, I feel like, you know, putting weight on it obviously makes you not more, or, you know, less likely to do it. But at the same time, then you also get into the weird thing where, like, people are missing life obligations because they don't want to be banned for a day.
Well, the correct thing to do is make it like WoW. You sign up for a queue, you get a ready check before the queue pops, you click yes, and you enter the game. Very easy thing to implement based on that logic. So you implement that. You have to hit yes, I'm ready to actually join the draft. You don't hit yes, and it just requeue someone in. Problem fixed.
Yeah, I feel like that system's coming in. I feel like they just didn't
I hope so,
do it
because
yet.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you, I get
but
furious.
I agree. Even then, though, like, I mean, from playing League of Legends, you'd think that would be a great fix. But guess what? You still have people who AFK in lobbies.
And then you can
because
then you
it's
can
not
rightfully report them because you say, okay, you were conscious enough to hit ready here. The time window in which you should have known whether or not you're ready is should be brief enough. I'm going to report them at that point. Right now, I feel a little bit bad reporting people for AFKing there. I really do.
Well, so you're assuming that AFK is not done malevolently, right? You're thinking that somebody just forgot that they were queued up or something.
Yes.
That's
But
the
there's
thing. If they
also
get
there's
enough,
also
it's repeated
malevolent
behavior.
AFK, yeah. So I feel like ban them for a day.
They're not going to get banned. Like, if just on the reporting part of it, if people report, they're not going to get banned from Blizzard if just like 5 people.
They get like weak bans though.
I don't know if that was true. I think I know what you're talking about. That may not have been accurate. If it is, then whatever. But that's not going to be from 5 people reporting. It's going to be from 50 people reporting when it's repeated behavior. The person does it all the time. Like if you like, it's going to happen to all of us at some point. We're going to have to AFK for something. Like the house lights on fire and I have to go deal with that or something.
House on fire.
House on fire.
The go-to AFK.
Hey,
Kind of like this entire episode where I was AFK trying to fix the.
See, exactly. Just you're trying to fix your other computer the whole time. I don't know what it is.
Ban
It's
from
going to
Town Hall
happen
for a day.
one day.
So Cooby, you're not going to be able to use this computer for Skype anymore. Skype doesn't work anymore.
Rip.
Just doesn't work.
Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch.
Rip.
Well,
On that note, though, we do have to go to shoutouts because we are just
That's a
about
good
out of
point.
time, unfortunately.
that's an excellent point.
Zoloff, we'll start with you.
Shout out to 1 year. It's been freaking amazing. A lot of cool stuff happened in this year, and got to meet a lot of cool people doing things I never thought I would do before. So, and most of it's most of it's because of Town Hall. So, shout out to you guys for sticking with it and being awesome, making the show great. For me, you can follow me at Tempo Zoya on Twitter. I am the manager, coach, caster, content producer for Tempo Storm. We have a new Heroes of the Storm squad about a month now. Best Heroes of the Storm team in the world, undisputable. Get out of here. And we are moving into a team house very, very soon. Sooner than people expect. It's been talked about in the announcement posts and stuff.
Half of the announcement.
Half of the announcement. It is sooner than people would realize. We're also probably playing in Europe very, very soon as well for online events. So you can just keep an eye out for Temple Storm, guys, because we're pretty awesome. And so are these guys. Love you. All 3 of you.
Kevo.
Really happy to announce that we finally have come up with our name for the tournament. So I'm going to post it in chat right now. It's called Titan Arena. I'm also tweeting it immediately. It is going to be a $2,500 prize pool single-day tournament with a best of 3 bracket for until, I think, the finals. So no double elimination. I was thinking about doing double elimination, but I didn't want but I don't think we're going to be able to do it in a single day. So it is open registration.
Oh.
Huh? Open registration, 32 teams. 32 teams are open for now. And if there's like huge public outcry, maybe I'll open up to 64.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's going to be a massive tournament.
That's going to be a long day.
Sean Sheth Simon is going to be casting with me. So it's going to be quite awesome. It's going to be on my channel on mlg.tv. Of course, do me the favor and follow me on mlg.tv/sham2 because I've been streaming a lot more lately. I've been trying to get in at least 2 hours every other day, which is a lot more than I used to. But other than that, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/sham2, SCHAMTOO. That's about it.
Kubis.
Okay, let's see. Starting tomorrow, that will be another day of ESL, and you guys can check that out. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/ESL_heroes. That'll be Jake and myself will be casting that. I'm trying to recall. I know that it's C9 versus C9 tomorrow and Heroesite versus Barrels Boys.
C9 Vortex got DQ'd out because of too many changes.
Yes, I completely forgot about that.
So
that's something we didn't even get the chance
we didn't
to
talk
mention.
about that.
I completely blanked on that. That's right. So Vivid Gaming will be taking their place.
Yep.
I don't know for sure if the schedule is the same.
It should be.
Don't quote them.
We'll have to confirm, but
Yeah.
it's got to be the same 4 teams. We just don't know who's playing who. But
Right.
Vivid will be replacing Vortex. Vortex
So
changed
it's
their
probably
roster
then
too
Vivid
much.
versus Maelstrom tomorrow.
Yeah.
Aside from that, Saturday, the return of Kings of the Storm. As far as I know, it's still a 1 p.m. start time.
Yep.
So look forward to that. That will be
Hyper,
at
hyper.
twitch.tv/solidjakegg. And I think that's it. Oh,
For-
follow me at the Cooby. There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Sincere apologies about the whole viewer call thing not working. I get really depressed when technology doesn't work. I am actually the biggest baby, and that's why I spent the entire show trying to fix that, and I am disappointed with myself. But we will get that working for the next time we want to do it. We'll make sure we test it more than one time. It worked with Zoya. Rip, though. The Daily Quest, my new series that I do Tuesday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, we're talking about Diablo. We're looking at tanks, what makes them pretty, what makes them happy, and there's going to be a big focus on Diablo. So make sure to tune into that. It's a new series here where we take a look at replays, we take a look at files, and we kind of try to digest them a little bit. Of course, not being able to go through the replays I previously had lined up, gonna be kind of throwing a curveball at me because of that new hotfix that came in. So that's kind of making this show more difficult than I anticipated. But yeah, so that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Follow me at Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, SolidJakeGG. And follow the cat
All the cat.
at Cooby's Kitty. Give
Have
us.
you guys started tweeting yet?
She did post a tweet over the weekend. She did a little bit of a modeling picture. No spoilers for the opening for the show today, though.
Hey guys, make sure you rate us on iTunes. Give us those ratings. Follow us on Facebook. Follow at Town Hall Heroes over on Twitter. I think that's going to do it here. One beautiful year with you, gentlemen. It's been a blast. I think we.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy birthday to Jared and the
Jared.
show. Yes.
Happy birthday, dear Town Hall.
Oh,
Everyone reach out to Bruce Willis, let him know we're happy he produced such a fantastic child.
it's gonna be a normal show next week. We're gonna have a guest. It's gonna be.
I do have your gift
Oh,
in
that's
the mail,
good.
Jared, for you. That's on its way for your birthday.
Good.
So everybody should wish Jared a happy birthday, along with the show, of course. And how old are you now?
Birthday's in July.
How old are you now? 22? I don't know. Why are you so dismissive about it? All right, I get it. You're being modest. It's your birthday, but it's a happy day. It's a happy day.
How do
Jake,
you
end the
sing
show.
happy birthday in an Australian accent? I don't even know.
Happy birthday! I thought it was pretty good.
That's going to do it here for Town Hall episode number 51. We will see you guys next week.